like to show you shiny, polished cars here on Visor. Pero pagbigyan niyo muna kami. Because this is the Jeep Wrangler Rubicon. And it's made to have serious fun on the trails. The Rubicon is the Wrangler you want if you like to hit the trails hard. It comes with 33-inch BF Goodrich KO2s as standard, and the fenders are 2 inches higher than the Sport to allow for 35s, 37s, or even 40-inch tires under there. There's no step board to get in the way of ground clearance, but you do get a few panels of underbody protection to keep you worry-free. The live axles front and rear each get diff lockers on the Rubicon, and it also has a disconnecting sway bar for maximum axle articulation. Under the hood is a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder that makes 268 horsepower and 400 Nm of torque. It's not the most powerful, but it's smooth for city driving and torquey enough to get you out of a pinch. Alright, so we're inside the Jeep Wrangler Rubicon, and as my cameraman has pointed out, a lot of cheaper SUVs might look better inside than this car, but really the Jeep Wrangler is really designed to be simple to clean, simple to use. That's why there's a lot of hard wearing plastics on this dashboard. Right? You get all these buttons here, big chunky buttons for climate control, traction control, your parking sensors, all of those things easily accessible instead of being hidden in a menu on the screen. Another cool feature of the Wrangler is that you get aux buttons. So ito yung abang, no? Kung maglalagay ka ng light bar, maybe a retractable antenna outside, you don't need a separate switch panel that you retrofit somewhere here that might look ugly. You can just wire them to these switches and you're good to go. Now you get this transfer case shifter. It looks like a mechanical one, but it's actually an electronic one. You can shift from 2-wheel drive to 4H on the go. And you also get this mechanical handbrake, of course. So some grab handles here, here, and here. When you're off-road, you get tossed around quite a bit, so that's important. And then, if you're wondering what these latches are, these are for the removable roof. Right? Let's see if we can take it off. There's one here. Pull this down, unlatch this, and this last one at the back, and it should come off. Hello! Now we're in the back seat of the Rubicon, and I'm sitting behind the driver's seat set to my own position. I'm 5'10", and as you can see, it's a little tight. You can see there's not a lot of leg room here. There's not a lot of headroom also. If you were slightly taller than me, maybe 6 feet, it would be tight, and you'd probably hit these roll bars right here. Now, the seats are actually pretty okay. They're very straight, and the cushions are quite short for someone my size, but they're comfortable. You can sit here for hours, I would say. Now, the window switches are right here in the center, because as with the fronts, they're all in the center because these doors actually come off. There's a toolkit at the back. You can remove these doors, go have your fun. So given the way this car looks, you would think that it drove like, well, a jeepney, but it's actually very civilized. The steering is light. It's precise enough for the kind of car that this is. Suspension is very supple, very comfortable in here. Certainly more comfortable than we would be in a mid-sized SUV from the Japanese. Visibility, it's slightly compromised by this narrow windshield, the small windows. But luckily, these seats are very tall. You sit high up in the car, so that compensates for some of the visibility that you lose from this narrow windshield. Well, when it comes to NVH, with these removable tops, some wind noise gets through. There's a lot of ambient noise in the car, some tire roar. Especially when it's raining, it sounds like you're sitting in a tin can. Alright, so we're here on some light trails. It's just to get a taste of the Wrangler's off-road capabilities. Remember, this is the Rubicon variant, which is new to the Philippines this 2024. And it really comes with a lot of off-roading gear. So you get front and rear diff locks, of course, front and rear live axles, and the disconnecting sway bar that Jeep likes to call it, which when you disconnect it gives you maximum articulation over these kinds of trails. This is an American car, so given its size, it's kind of hard to maneuver through these narrow trails. And you can't see the edges of the car, given that the fenders are protrude outward of the bodywork. So yeah, you've got to pay attention. So there you have it, the 2024 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon. Thank you, Jeep, for giving us early access to this car, and thank you for watching. If you liked our content, please make sure to like and subscribe down below. And you can also head over to visor.ph to read more of my thoughts on the Rubicon. See you next time. You know, one thing that's nice about this 2-liter engine.
I'm rolling, huh?
Yeah.
Start again.
Alright. So you know one thing that's really nice about this 2-liter engine is on soft stuff like this, you don't overpower the tires. Oh shoot, I'm stuck.